Hi everyone and welcome back to my channel. Today we will be taking a look at all the pictures that I've colored in my Maria Trolle books. I thought it was a nice idea to grab some of my favorite artists and to watch together which pictures of them that I've already colored during my coloring adventure. That started in November 2016. So time goes by very fast. Now let's start with Vivi searching for a friend or something in that. Yeah, it's named like that because it's a bit of a different book than her hardback books are. It's based on a child story, I believe, a visual novel, if I'm not, or a fairy tale book. And yeah, it's around the same girl every time. Now, in her other books, there are also girls appearing that look a bit familiar, but this is more, yeah, a true story from beginning to end. Now, I'm not going to start at the beginning per se, because it's easier to flip through everything from back to front. And I don't color those books in order, so sometimes I start at the front, sometimes I do one in the back, then one in between. So, okay, this is one I did in 2017. It's noticeable, I think, because everything is quite pale and not super detailed, but still I was very proud of how these lights came out. And yeah, it was a fun picture to work on, but it's not very spectacular. But it was a nice picture to do. This is a more recent one, I think, 2019, if I'm not mistaken. So more use of special materials like stickles, glittery stuff, watercolors or water-based mediums. On the back you can also see I've used some markers and did a bit of shading on top. So it's noticeable that an older picture doesn't have glittery stuff on it, and the more recent ones, yeah, I've become addicted to glittery things, and it's noticeable. This one is also very plain. It's from 2018, but it's done with Inktense and Derwent drawing for the little mice. The rest is Inktense, and some pictures don't need extra glitter. They're pure and beautiful as they are, and then I don't add stickles if I don't see any use or if I don't think that it gives extra detail. This is an unfinished picture. I did a base of markers because it could be, because the book is single-sided, but I don't like the outcome and the colors that I've chosen. Maybe someday I will have the motivation to do a background and maybe make something poppy out of it, but for now it's just a whip. And I don't think I did anything else in this one. No, those were the only ones that were done. So we are going to take a look at Twilight Garden, and I'm going to start at the back again. I hope you don't mind. Did these two. Very happy with both of them. I like the fact that the colors are a bit similar. The pink and the pink butterflies here. These birds are orangey yellow, and these flowers are yellow as well. A bit of orange here in the little bird. I also used some stickles. I don't know if it will be very well visible. I did use stickles on this butterfly as well. But yeah, it's a it's not a double page spread, but they match, and that's nice. It's not necessary, but sometimes it's just nice that they work out nicely together. This one is quite old and very dull and pale looking, but still had a lot of fun. Very beautiful picture. I really like Maria's artwork, so it's always nice to color in her books. This isn't the one I've colored in the most, I think. This one is also an oldie. Don't like the background. The rest is also a bit blah, but yeah. And then at the beginning of my coloring adventure, I wrote the things down that I've used, but I'm not doing that anymore. It's like a painter who would write down every color in his on his picture, and that's just a bit silly. Okay, I forgot the title of this one. It's the original book from Printworks, but I've forgotten the English title. So, what did I do in here? Oh yes, this one, with a very colorful background. I don't think I knew what I was doing here. I think I just got my Neo colors and I wanted to try something, but yeah, no extra words needed. Also a very basic one with Inktense and Prismacolors I've written down for the mice, I think. So, and I did add some stickles to the stars and the moon, but it doesn't show really well. This one I'm very fond of. It's a very pure and yeah, I really like how these flowers turned out with their gradation, or yeah, how do you call it? I even like the leaves. I'm not a flower and a leaf coloring person. I really find that difficult. So when I do color in a picture like that and it's something that I like, then I'm very happy. This one is a very special one. For the background, these are brush-o powders. Now you have to be very careful because it's not friendly for the other page on the back, and I did use some glittery paint splatters. Really like that effect. So very fond of this one, but I've ruined the back. But that's not a problem because I didn't like this drawing at all. So I've sacrificed it, but it's not a big deal. And then I did this one also, not very special either, also an oldie. And the background, I hate it, oh yeah. This one is also a very simple one. But it's nice to see your own evolution in coloring. I did do something special with the background at first, but I didn't like it. And so I've painted it with acrylic paint in black, and then just added some stars and little white dots to make it look okay and to save the page, because what I did at first was quite experimental and no, it wasn't a success. So yay for black acrylic paint. And this one I did with the Arteza brush pens. If I'm not mistaken, I did use Arteza materials, Did I also use the watercolor pencils? I'm not sure, but these are definitely, those flowers are definitely their brush pens. I really like working with those. So very plain, no background, but I really liked how it turned out. And that's the end of this book, just gel pen coloring at the front. Then we have, excuse me, Botanicum. In the Dutch publication, I really like those books with the Dutch paper, very thick. It's yeah, my favorite edition. If I can have a Mus publication book, I'm quite happy. I've done this one. I'm very fond of this one, especially the berries. I really like how they came out. She has a bit of stickles, and the flowers also have a bit of stickles. But yeah, really, really fond of this page. Also very fond of this one. It has a bit of glossy accents on the leaves, as you can see. A bit of glossy in those flowers as well. Really loved working on this one, and since I'm not a flower colorist, I was very happy with the result of this one. Looking for the next one. Okay, this is also quite a special one. It has a very busy background. I did a lot of things with paints and splatters and metallic paints, and yeah, but I like it. It's special and very busy, but it has something, yeah, magical, I shall say. I don't know how to explain it, but I like it. And this one as well. This was a tribute to my beloved bird Jenneke. I've colored this bird as she looked. Yeah, I did also add, it's not very noticeable, I think. I did add some tears rolling down her eye and on her cheek, so I've imagined that was me when I had to give my Jenneke her rainbow wings. So it's a very emotional picture, I'm sorry. Jenneke is almost 7 years gone now, and I still am so hurt that I had to give her away, or that I had to give her her rainbow wings. So yeah, sorry for the tears and the cracked voice, but that picture is very special. So okay, diving into flora and fauna. Let's see what we did here. I've done this one also with the Arteza brush markers for the mushroom and for the flowers. I think also for this little guy as a base, I'm not sure. It has some glittery elements on the bottom. Very pure, but I really like how it came out. Yeah, very fond of this one. This was a recent one. Yeah, May 2020. Do I like it? I'm not sure. Yeah, I'm really not sure. I have used some stickles on those wings. Let me refocus a little bit. It's always nicer to see some glittery things in a focused state. But yeah, it's okay, but I'm not very convinced. I like that I've used some bubbles on the background, but the color of the fox is a bit too cold for my taste, and yeah, but well, it's quite okay. I could have done worse. So this one is also one of my favorites. It's quite poppy. It's less poppy on camera than it is in real life. Those flowers are really, really bright orange and yellow. I like the fact that if you move the page, you see those painted bubbles, metallic paint. And if you look like to it like this, it's only visible here and there. So it's a page with some effect, and I really like that. So did this one, also very simple, very plain, no background, but sometimes a picture doesn't need a background. It's nice as it is, and I thought this one, I did it only with water-based pencils. Not sure if it were the Supracolors or the Albrecht Dürers, but I think the Supracolors. Looking at my date, I got gifted the Supracolors as a Christmas present, so I can only imagine that I've used those on this paper and in this book, in this picture. So that was Flora and Fauna, and now the last picture. I only did one in Luna. I love this book so much. I love all of her books, but yeah, as you all know, I color a bit less, but still with a lot of passion if I do so, so that's nice. And I've recently finished this one. I only had the branches to do, so I've used, it's looking like a green metallic paint, but it's a duo color or a bicolor, or how do you call these? It's supposed to be a mix between brown and green, and it's, yeah, changing its color as I turn the page. I decided to leave her clothing just white. I only added a bit of stickles here, and I decided not to do anything on what she was wearing. I did use some white, how do you call these again? Signo white, sorry, those pens for coloring in those flowers so that they would highlight a bit. And yeah, I've added some stickles on her cheeks and on her forehead, the moon on her forehead. And to give her a bit of a fairy look. So, and I really like how this came out, and I do want to start another one in this book quite soon, because I really enjoy this one. And it's again with the best paper possible, so you can use a lot of nice materials in these books. So, and that was it. We're through, and I hope you've liked it. I did like to see everything that I did in these books already, my progression, the materials that I started using more or started using a bit less maybe. But yeah, it's so nice to see how things have changed in the years, and it's also always, yeah, it's lovely to flip through your books and take a look on the past. So I want to thank you all very much for watching. I hope you've enjoyed. Not sure which artist that I will highlight in another video, but I'm really liking the concept, so I'm definitely going to film an extra video or videos, but I will have to decide which artist will be featured next. Thank you for watching, take care everyone, and until the next time, bye!